My name is Cody, and this is my wife, Mindy. We got married in June 2011, so this year will be 7 years. From the very beginning, we had always planned on having kids, and just growing up, that was just something we both wanted
Yeah,
in the
more
future.
than any kind of career or anything else, any kind of accomplishment, I literally have, from the beginning, even since I was young, just wanted to be a mom. When you decide to start trying to have a family, you almost assume it's just going to be easy and that, it happens for almost everybody. So why would we have issues or have trouble? And so I think that is what hit us the most, is just after even just the first year of trying and then having to go and see a doctor, you're just thinking, okay, never thought we'd be down this road. Each month I would have to take medicine to help my body ovulate. Otherwise it wouldn't happen naturally. And so there was about 2 years of trying with medication that we just, each month would pass by and we'd see another negative test, and hard not to get your hopes up for the next one. And it's kind of like a fine line that you're walking. You're hoping in God and knowing that He can do anything. And so this is going to work, and you want to remain hopeful. And then on the other side, you're thinking it might be another negative test. And if that's the case, then we need to be okay with that. And if the Lord's even asking us not to have kids, then we need to learn to be okay with that and still praise Him regardless.
We stayed on that path until November 2016, and that was when we found out that Mindy was pregnant. So obviously we were overcome with emotion. We told all of our family at Thanksgiving that year, and then went back to the doctor in January, and we found out that we had lost the baby. I think just being at the end of that journey and just wanting something for so long, and then having it there right in front of us and seeing the positive pregnancy test and starting to do planning and thinking about what August of 2017 will look like, just really tough.
We knew we wouldn't be able to get into the doctor for another month and a half. And I felt this nudge from the Lord. I just felt like He was telling me to pray this crazy prayer. When we started this journey 5 years ago, you just pray for a child and you think, okay, we're going to pray for a child, and God would want to give us a child, right? And then, after the first 2 years, I think we kind of changed our prayers, Lord, only give us a child if this is really what you want for us, and if this is going to further your kingdom. And if it's not, then we need to learn to be okay with not having kids. I felt like God was asking us to kind of remove that disclaimer there at the end. And so this month, in June of 2017, we decided to ask Him to allow us to conceive naturally and without any kind of medication. Although that would not make sense to the doctors, we just felt like, why not ask? I would read in Matthew, and Matthew 17:20 talks about having faith as small as a mustard seed and being able to move mountains with that faith, and saying that nothing is impossible.
We've been trusting that God's timing will be done in this situation, but now we're changing it to, we know that you can, and we ask that you would. I remember it was such a big deal that she ovulated naturally that month that you cried.
Yeah, I did.
From the positive ovulation test.
It hadn't happened in 7 years.
Yeah, our entire marriage, that hadn't happened. So even that step was a huge thing.
Yeah, and I remember calling my doctor and telling them that had happened, and she just kind of threw it under the rug. She's like, well, I actually don't think that's actually what happened, and I think it was a false positive ovulation test and whatnot. And so already I was just like, no, but you don't know my God.
I think it was on a Monday. I walk up to our room, and on the bed there was a onesie and a pregnancy test and no Mindy. I'm like, I need some answers. What's going on here? And then she peeks out of the closet, and she's got this huge teary-eyed smile.
I just felt like God was honestly telling me, hey, go test. And I was like, oh my goodness, is this seriously going to be it? I just felt like my whole body was just shaking, honestly. I think partly because I was nervous, but mainly because I knew that it was going to be positive. I felt like God was just saying, I did this, and I want you to see how powerful I am. On March 24th, 2018, at 7:03 in the morning, we got to meet our daughter, Nora Lynn McMannaways. Honestly, the moment that they put her on my chest was just absolutely overwhelming. And,
Definitely.
We just looked at each other and we're both crying.
I think just being at the end of such a trying time and seeing it culminate into this moment where I'm meeting our daughter for the first time, and it was just overwhelming, really.
Yeah, I think when we're telling this story, it just so much reflects God's power and his faithfulness, and it has absolutely nothing to do with what we did, but has everything to do with what he did.